Hello, boys. Hello, gals. Hello, non-binary pals, and welcome to the 4th episode of the Judgies Not Advice Hotline. My name is Josh.
My name is Rick.
And my name is Christian.
And this is Not Advice. 850 Judgies. Dial it, leave a message, 3 minutes, name. There's instructions. You know what? There's instructions. And when that message ends, it will self-destruct.
Oh, incredible style.
Yeah.
I love it.
James Bond style.
Oh, boring. I hate it.
What are our thoughts about Incredibles 2?
I haven't watched the full thing all the way through in one sitting.
I also haven't watched the full thing at all. I've never seen it.
Okay.
I've watched it. I just don't really remember much from it.
Okay. It really feels like a movie that didn't need a sequel.
The Incredibles OG was so good.
Yeah. I've got some thoughts on it.
Really?
Yeah.
It was my sister's favorite movie, and when we shared a room, it was Finding Nemo and The Incredibles every single night. She did one for months.
Yeah.
Every single night. And then switched to the next one. And I was like, hooray, we switched to a new movie.
That
And
sounds kind of nice.
bro, there's so many. I could have recited the entire movie to you.
That would have been Nemo.
Yeah, Finding Nemo.
That would have been incredible. Finding Nemo splash screen is etched into my memory. I don't know why. But like the title screen on Finding Nemo, I guess, used to play on loop somewhere in my childhood.
I definitely fell asleep with that DVD in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you. I used to watch the extras on Finding Nemo with David Attenborough.
I'm having such a weird, not even deja vu, but like nostalgia for falling asleep and waking up to the menu soundtrack of just movies all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get that anymore, do you?
You don't
Zoomers?
get that
You just
anymore.
get Netflix 12 episodes into a show and you're like, no, I have to go back and find out where I was.
Or you wake up and it says, are you still watching?
I haven't had that in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Josh only takes 1 hour naps at a time.
No, even just like watching Netflix. We haven't had that in a long time. I guess because we're pausing to get up and get treats or something.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Do you remember when you had to just run to the kitchen between commercial
Commercials?
breaks?
Yeah. You know, and listen, we don't got to get super into it, but like with streaming services and how we're pretty much just paying for cable again with the prices and everything,
Yeah.
I kind of like the commercials.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like having commercial breaks.
I wish there was a wider variety.
Yeah,
of
I just don't
commercials.
like seeing the same 2 fucking commercials. I don't need to know about the emu for fucking, what's that insurance
Emu,
company? Yeah, I
emu.
don't need that anymore.
Do you need Primfaya?
I don't need any medicine from my streaming services. Also, there's one, I can't remember what ad, but it's so much AI in ads now.
Yeah.
so
It's
fucking
crazy.
You know what else is crazy is this person who's calling in to wonder, my friend's always late. What do I do about it?
Oh.
Hi guys, this is Gloomy. You can say my name. My pronouns are she, they, any. This is kind of a bit of a petty thing I've been doing. I started to do today that I wanted to ask your opinion about. So I have this friend who shows up like 10 to 20 minutes late every time, and I've just kind of been putting up with it because communication when I'm upset feels really, really hard. I know I should just
Preach.
say something, but it's better not to. It's easier not to. So what I tried to do today is to also show up late, and it worked out pretty well. And I'm probably going to continue doing that. What do you guys think? I know that's kind of a mild take, but I don't know. If it works, it works. So what do you think? Okay, bye.
I mean, yeah.
I don't like it.
Why?
You know, like eye for an eye?
I don't like showing up late because your friend's going to show up late, because I'm looking down the road, and this just means that everything that you do now is going to end up like
later and later and
Yeah,
later.
it's only going to get worse. Like maybe you'll start recording at 5:30, 6, 7, 7:15 some nights now. You know, and it's like, I don't know. Like I can't show up late to my house. I live here.
Hey, we've been here before you sometimes.
Yeah, very rarely. That's fair. Recently too.
Yeah.
Recently, that was like a month. or
Also,
two
we
ago.
were early tonight.
Yeah, I was just sort of razzing you. I understand having a child that changes your schedule.
Yes, it's only the child.
I wasn't even talking about you guys. I wasn't even talking. You guys
Right,
took that so
right.
personally.
Yeah.
I didn't, because I also hate being late.
Yeah.
I have a friend, Gloomy. I did the same exact thing to a friend, and now I feel like an asshole to where somehow, after 18 years of being friends with this kid, longer than that, 20 years of being. I'm
Longer.
old.
You're old, man.
I'm old.
26 years. You've been
Yeah.
friends with them.
Oh!
You've been friends with that person longer than Gloomy has been alive, I bet.
Maybe we just end this episode. What do we think? But he's been late his entire life.
Yeah.
And in like the last like 5 years, I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna I now tell him like, yeah, I'm on my way, and then I leave 30 minutes later. Cause that's just how he was forever.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys, and this pisses me off, that don't text me and you're on your way, and then somehow it takes you like 60 minutes to get here. And as you live 15 minutes away. Don't even don't even text me, and I'll text you and be like, you coming, dude? And then you can be like, oh fuck, I'm running behind. I'm gonna be mad, but it's whatever. Telling me you're on your way, and then it's like, there is no possible way it took you this long to get here.
Did you walk?
I digress. I started showing up late on him because I was like, you fuck him. Like, he's always late. I've learned my lesson. I'm not gonna sit at the restaurant for 20 minutes by myself. And I started showing up late. And the last like 5 times I did it, he's there on time, texting me like, where are you at? And it's like, what do you mean, where am I at? How are you fucking there on time?
Restaurant's tough.
Restaurant sucks.
Restaurant's pretty tough.
My mom is chronically late. Very, very late all the time. And for her 40th birthday, I threw her a surprise party. She was fucking on time. She was early even. I was so like, it was one time that I was like counting on, oh, she'll be late if we tell her to come at this time, she'll be here at this time.
Yeah.
And she showed up earlier than I told her to.
Surprise.
Yeah.
I don't like the strategy of being later yourself because it will inevitably backfire.
Yeah.
Even if it's them showing up earlier and then you feel like an asshole, or it gives them a permission to show up late. You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly it. And
where it's like, if you just keep showing up on time and just be like, oh yeah, I've been waiting for 20 minutes. You can do it, Pat. This works passive aggressively to a degree. Like, you can just hit it. You don't have to do communication even. You can just be like, oh, I thought we said 3:30.
yeah.
You know? Oh, yeah, we were supposed to record at 7, weren't we, tonight? Weird.
It's a good thing we showed up at 6:55.
I do agree with Josh on this. Because here's the thing. They will pick up on like, oh, you're late. And it's like, because a lot of time the people will say they have time blindness. Hey.
Weaponization.
Sounds fake to me.
Yeah. Yeah. What's one of the dimensions? Oh, I have height blindness too. With distance, can't go it.
But
don't call me cake.
I do fear just like, they'll be like, oh, well, I keep showing up and they're late. So then they just like, they're like, oh, I'll just leave a little bit later. And then it's a vicious cycle. Can we just tell them 15 minutes ahead? Be like, oh, we need to be there at 6:45, and that way when they show up at 7, you had reservations at 7.
The same thing, but in reverse.
Yeah, I feel like you got better odds of it not becoming.
I'll do that with Aurora because Aurora is a late person. Typically, she thinks that she knows how long it takes her to get ready, and then it's always like, we need to be at the door at this time. So like, and she knows it. She wants me to do this. Where it's like, I'll just tell her like, we had to be at your parents' house by 4. I'll just be like, yeah, we have to leave by, like, she somehow doesn't know how long it takes to drive anyway, even though we drive to the same 5 places. I'll just be like, okay, if we need to be there by 4, we have to leave by 3:15.
Yep.
And typically that works, and it's all fine. But so that works a little bit. What I recommend doing is just bring something along with you, knowing that they're going to be late, to distract yourself.
Bring a book,
knitting,
get a few minutes in.
Yeah, like that way you're not stewing over it. I think the worst thing to do is just be angry about it,
Stewing
because
about
it's
it
not
is the
going to
worst.
change. And if you're not saying something, it's never going to change. So it's not worth getting so freaking PO'd.
Sometimes even if you are saying something,
That's
it's
true.
not going to change.
But either way, now you got a cool new hobby of knitting
Yeah,
Sure.
or yarning. How come knitting is knitting, but yarning is knitting?
Crocheting
What's crocheting?
with yarn,
What's knitting? Wool?
with like all sorts of different
Yarn?
fabrics. Sure.
Really?
I think you
Really?
can knit with yarn. I don't know. I'm not in the fabric crafting world.
What's the third type of way that people do things? There's crocheting, knitting. Isn't there another one?
Embroidery?
Cross stitching.
Macrame?
Maybe? I don't. Macrame sounds right. You don't like that though. Only with cheese.
Oh, cheese.
Macrame and cheese.
Nope.
That sounds French. And I don't
Macrame
think
with
I
my
like it.
plants, maybe. Macrame is like plant hangers.
Oh. Wow.
Can I be?
I just didn't care.
Can I
That
be-
was wild. That was crazy. I just sorry. That was insane.
I gotta be open. I gotta get a little bit of candor out here.
Yeah.
I have no idea what macrame is. You even said, plant hangers, and that made me go, I have less of an idea now.
That's really funny. Man.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. What the hell? You can just teach yourself to do this?
It's just tying rope.
Oh, I kind of don't like that. I kind of don't like macrame.
Why?
Because in the third grade he thought he was gay.
What?
It's a little Macklemore joke.
Hey, liberals, you can laugh at that
You
one.
can laugh at that one. This is listener. This is a call in, kind of similar to one we had last episode, but I like to think of it as sort of like black beans and pinto beans,
Okay.
where it's like they're related, and you might think those are just both beans.
Are they fucking?
No, but we're getting there in different ways. So the last episode we had someone calling like, "How do I get my shit back from my ex?"
Okay.
I
But
thought we were
they're-
talking about the aunt and uncle.
But their issue was, if you recall, last week for us, 29 minutes ago, that they cannot contact their ex. This one has a little bit different of an issue. So I thought it was interesting enough to include. I feel like I'm defending it and you guys aren't giving me any laurels.
Maybe if we heard it, we'd be on the same page.
Really?
I can't believe you're trying to fucking defend this one.
Really? Well, I'm defending using it. It's not the same one.
Hi, this is Alexis. My pronouns
Oh.
are she, her. Yes, you can say my name.
Sounds familiar.
I just need your non-advice about something.
Sounds really familiar.
I clicked the wrong one.
Hi, Judgies. I'm Diana. Here, you can use my name and pronouns. Hi, Rick. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Josh. In that order. I'm trying to get some of my items and money back from my ex of 5 years.
Ooh.
We were together from like 16 to 21. So
Very
obviously,
similar.
a formative time. A lot of stuff, a lot of comfortability, whatever. I found out that he was doing coke for like a year behind my back and just like, it's just like a whore. Sorry, I don't know if I can swear on here. But literally, like, was catching bodies like within 10 days of us breaking up, which I feel is very disrespectful by your relationship. But that's just me. But I was getting some of my stuff back, like, a couple months after we broke up. I was still seeing him, and when I would go to get my stuff, like, we would be hooking up, which I'm ashamed, but I cut that off in January, and I haven't really been talking to him at all since. He congratulated me for graduating. That part. But that was, like, very minute conversation. Like, I haven't wanted to talk to him. But it's been irritating me that I don't have my things because I'll think about a specific item or clothing or literally, like, my plants. I'm like, is he watering them? Is he watering them? No.
He's not watering them.
I want my stuff back. But I don't want to text him. I don't want to talk to him because if I see him, I'm scared that I'm going to be weak. I'm going to fall weak, which I don't think I will, but you never know. And then I also just don't want to know. I don't want to know what he looks like. I don't want to know where he's working. I don't want to know any of that shit because once my brain knows, then, like, I can picture him in those situations, right? Like, I can see him at McDonald's flipping burgers, you know? And I just don't want to have the power to do that, you know? And it's just really irritating. Like, I've been done all types of dirty stuff. A lot of my grandparents' items, like Tupperwares of my grandparents' items, like
Handkerchiefs.
it's just getting old. It's getting old, and he also owes me money. I know. I sent him money, so you end up on the fucking street, and when doctors broke up, I still had some fucking heart for him, I guess. But he literally owes me money since, like, November, and, like,
Girl.
Money's
I'm
never
trying to get
coming
that
back.
back. I'm trying to get that back.
It's never coming back.
Anyways, I'm going to try to keep this short. So if you guys have any advice for me on how to, like, get my fucking shit back, please let me know.
Kiss the money goodbye.
Well, yeah,
Money's
you're
gone.
not getting the money back.
You
Okay.
either get money back or you get your things back.
That's fair.
I would
And
rather
not
have.
fair, but that's realistic.
I would rather have my things.
Absolutely.
Your plant, girl. You know he's not watering them. Get those back.
If you're having to give him money, guess what? He's not taking care of your plants.
And look, we're not trying to demonize drug addicts. They actually have, they have their own struggles. But if he's putting himself potentially on the streets due to his drug addiction, he's not watering your frickin' aloe plants.
No.
Yeah.
Well, aloes don't need a whole lot of water, but
He's still not doing it. That's the point.
yeah,
Your cactuses are bone dry,
that they prefer it that way.
even more so than normal.
But when you go to water that cactus, make sure you drown it.
Which is kind of crazy because bones aren't dry.
Yeah.
They're infamously wet inside and out.
Ew, that's so gross to think about.
Yeah, you got fluid in
I
there.
think they mean like once it's outside of the body.
But anything once it's dried out is dry.
Yeah.
You could say like that's water dry. You know what I mean? Like
No.
What?
Water's never dry.
really?
That's about the only thing you pick.
You've never taken a drink of water and it made you more thirsty?
No.
Like Dasani?
No.
Fuck you. I just
Thank
hate
you.
the taste of Dasani. It doesn't make me more
you.
thirsty.
You've had a dry wine.
Yes.
You don't like them. Wine is mainly water. Or did Jesus lie in the Bible?
He lied. For sure he lied.
really?
No.
Maybe not about the wine,
no,
but the walking
no.
on water, for sure.
No, it's just shell. He is walking on puddles. It's not his fault that everybody's a fucking gullible fucking mark.
You know what's we know how to get in the Bible. I just love it's a very similar story, obviously, to the one we had
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
But I love how the first listener struggles were like they were cold, they were completely
Cold. They cut him off.
Yeah,
They're
like-
not communicating anymore.
yeah, and this one is like, I'm gonna fuck him if I go and get my shit, we're gonna fuck. And it's like, fine, fuck.
Then get your stuff.
Then get your shit. It's
Just make sure you come first.
at this thank you.
Impossible.
At this point, he's holding that stuff on
You don't think the fella's coming first?
the guy with coke dick isn't gonna make her come.
I don't know. Does that make him last longer or shorter?
Shorter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't quote me. I don't do coke. I'm pretty sure it's like
on
whiskey. dick.
BDS. It's on the BDS
It's-
list.
yeah,
Josh
come on.
hasn't done it in...
Seconds.
Here's the thing. If you want here's my little fucking hack for you. Get laid the day before. That way,
Interesting.
you're just like, it's out of your system.
Interesting. Do you fear that that's a male libido thing and not a female libido thing? And also, I feel like dudes would also just fuck again.
Yeah.
You do fear that, okay?
Well, this is the only chance you got. If I'm being for real.
I disagree, and I'm gonna give some advice. Not.
Buy
Okay.
negative pheromones.
Oh,
Is that a thing?
And as soon as you walk in the room, just spray them into the room. That way you're just freaking turned off.
like Pavlov yourself into it.
Yeah.
That's fun. Go to McDonald's and stare at them longingly, and then punch yourself in the gut every time.
okay.
That way you're like, ooh, I'm associating this negative pain with McDonald's and seeing my ex.
Why do I want to get my guts rearranged every time I look at him? What's going on here?
Oh my God.
I'm going to give some non-advice that's pretty unique and probably hasn't been said about any story like this before. Bring someone with you
Yeah.
to pick up your
Oh.
shit, and then you won't fuck in front of them
That way
unless
they
you're a
have to
little
sit on the
freak.
cuck chair while you fuck.
Then it turns into a threesome.
My
It's a
grandma's
whole
cuck
thing.
chair. He's holding it hostage.
I just fear if he has a drug problem and he's already asking for money, your stuff's gonna be disappearing soon.
Yeah.
Get your shit back as soon as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, you're Matt Lauer in it right now. Your time is ticking. Wait, is that Matt Lauer? Who was in 24? Who was
Kiefer
that?
Sutherland,
You're Jack Bowering it.
Jack Bauer.
Not Matt Lauer. Matt Lauer was a sexual assaulter who used to work for the news. No one Matt should have all that Lauer. And he got canceled. during Time's Up and or Me Too. So I guess Time's Up kind of works with your clock is ticking. I just wouldn't have made a joke about Matt Lauer, and I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
I don't want to minimize the trauma that he put women through.
Is he the freak that had like the button on his desk?
He had the button on his desk that closed the door behind people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would call in young women, interns, and the such, and then close the door behind them. Yeah.
That's freak. That's
was
like
on-
freak shit.
He was on Good Morning America?
Mm-hmm.
That sound right? Yeah. One of those morning shows. So yeah, that's very funny. Very funny situation you have yourself in where you don't fear you fear you don't have the power to withhold yourself from doing the dirty. But also again, one last fuck and then get your stuff isn't gonna hurt anybody.
Get your stuff first.
Get your stuff. Yeah, pack it in the U-Haul and be like, oh, I think you forgot one more thing. And he's gonna be like, that doesn't make any sense. And I know. And then you throw sand in his hand and or his face and run away. You pull a Boomhauer. Not a Boomhauer, you pull a Dale. Next one, we have someone who potentially wants to blackmail their friend.
For a good cause?
No, my name is
No.
Nova. She, her, period. I'm on the toilet right now. Literal piss baby. Anyway, I had a question. I'm currently dating this guy who's friends with someone that I know, and he told me a bunch of drama about this dude, and
A different dude. It's a very confusing story. So I don't know if what else can do.
the tea and drama dealt with a lot of eating and a lot of down low queer things, which is fine. I'm also queer. They are queer. Everybody's open here. But it's like, now that I know this information, do I ask my significant other about it? Or do I kind of just keep it to myself in case I need to, like, use this information later, like impossible type shit, you know? I don't know, shawty. Let me know. Love you, Erica.
Fucked up. I now understand it. I listened to this 3 times trying to get it all straight. I now understand it. A friend told her about her boyfriend's past.
Okay.
And is like, do I ask my boyfriend about it or use it? So it's not blackmailing a friend, it's blackmailing her boyfriend.
Okay.
Right off the bat.
I don't think you should blackmail him.
Yeah. Pretty blanket statement. Doesn't seem like a cool thing to do.
No. But definitely, I mean, you can bring it up without saying that you know.
Sure.
You know, just be like, oh, this TV show, that scene that we just watched is reminding me of a queer thing that I did. Have you ever done any queer things?
Well, but again, it wasn't super queer, but our listener.
That's what they said, right? That's what she said.
Our listener said, like, it's cool, he's queer, I'm queer. So,
no, he said that it was queer things that he was doing, which is fine because I'm also queer. We're open here.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, so our listener didn't say that he is out.
I don't know if they said that it was out.
I don't think he was out because they're saying he was doing download.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, I guess that's fair. That is fair.
I thought you said you listened to this 3 times, Joshua.
I told you I didn't understand it. I thought there was a 4th person involved. And I was like, why'd you bring up your boyfriend at all? I tried
Well, the boyfriend's friend.
Right.
I was talking about the 4th person.
That's right. That's fair.
The 4th person was the boyfriend. Twist.
Oh my God. The doctor was the mother. Yeah. I mean, they didn't explicitly say the word blackmail, right? That was my own little.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think our listener here is trying to be like blackmailing them, but
No.
As long as this stuff happened before you were dating, I see no reason to withhold that information that you know it. I think you talk to your partner and be like, hey, I found out this stuff. And like, you can just talk about it. There is a reason why he hasn't told you. Whether or not that was a good reason is TBD. But I also understand maybe why you wouldn't want to, because you don't want to force your partner to come out.
Yeah.
But also maybe they just haven't. It hasn't gotten brought up in conversation.
I was gonna say, have they ever even talked about past relationships? I mean, is that a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, how long have you been dating? Like, at what stage? Like, I totally get why you wouldn't necessarily want to talk specifically about, because if it was something really bad, I mean,
Yeah.
it's weird because it's like cheating. And it's like if you start dating somebody and they have a history of cheating,
Yeah, it's
you
like
might want to know that, just to keep an eye out or to maybe set further boundaries, yada yada yada. Because
Yeah.
people can change. So you might want to do that. But I totally understand why you also wouldn't go into a relationship and be like, by the way, I've cheated on a lot of people.
I've cheated on every past
You don't
relationship.
put that
I've
on
had.
your Hinge profile.
Yeah.
That you're a cheater, pumpkin eater.
Well, no, maybe
More of a sweet potato
women will
eater.
think it's a green flag that I'm so open and honest.
My nickname in high school was $5 pair of glasses because I was such a cheater. Erica liked it. Don't let her silence and frown fool you.
Don't let her inside. She's holding back so many laughs.
Yeah. Call me a TV show that probably shouldn't have aired. The way I'm cheaters.
That show was crazy.
That show was
You are
crazy.
right. That should not have aired.
A little too personal. I don't know. It's so hard. I think here's what I do. I think I ask him about the cheating stuff,
Okay.
and I think I leave the.
I feel like I missed cheating altogether.
I'm pretty sure the voicemail wasn't the best quality. Let's run it back, and we'll only play the part that's relevant right here.
He told me a bunch of drama about this dude, and the tea and drama dealt with a lot of cheating.
Okay.
I think that's the word cheating.
Okay.
I could be wrong because it
Yeah.
kind of cut out at the beginning of the word. I was worried for a second that the tea and drama turned into cheating in my head.
Yeah.
I thought but I'm glad that word potentially is cheating.
Okay. Yeah.
Not necessarily glad, but you understand what I'm saying. So I think I maybe ask about that part because sexuality or whatever. Like if he doesn't want to come out, that's his own thing.
Yeah.
I understand why you wouldn't want to bring that out. But you could also be a little sly
Yeah.
and be like, "What are you doing
Yeah,
this
Sly
Pride
Cooper.
Month? Are you going as an ally? Are you gonna wear an ally?
Going as an ally.
Are you gonna get an ally pride flag or anything else, perhaps?
Any other flags that might represent you?
Speaking of tangentially, folks, every year I like to look at all the different forms of pride flags because I have this bit that I've never done, but I think it'd be funny to rank pride flags, how good they would be as a beach towel. Like if you just
Okay.
printed them on a beach towel, how good of a beach towel design it would be.
We would. Well, Erica, you can judge on this list. I feel like you and me might get absolutely just fucking devastated. Are we?
What?
Is it okay? Are we mocking pride flags at this point?
What? I'm just saying, like a lot of flags look like
They
beach
could be-
towels.
Yeah.
And these are colorful, like you would take to a beach. What do you mean?
Josh is trying to give me Yeah,
I did it on
have me-
stream.
Hey, have me go through the list and get me freaking canceled. Why don't you, buddy? What the hell is that one with the fucking lightning bolt?
That's what I'm trying to show you. So I did this on stream a couple weeks ago. There is a pride flag that I've never seen before, and it's hands down the best pride flag. Hands down. I have a lot of critiques.
That's a beach towel.
I disagree. This is a car decal. I think a lot of pride flags I don't like. I think specifically because I'm not a huge fan of horizontal stripes. I think if you take a lot of the designs and put them into vertical stripes, a la like Italy, France, I think
Yeah.
they look a lot better. But that's just me. I just don't
That's
like
just your
horizontal.
local voxologist over here talking. Don't worry about me.
I'll put up on screen. This is the rubber pride flag.
Rubber pride.
What a fucking
What
flag.
does that mean?
People who into rubber, like it's a kink pride flag
Oh, okay.
for rubber specifically. It's fucking sick. Like unironically, like it's a car decal.
Yeah, it is.
Like you got that shit running down the side of your Mustang and it's going fast.
Bad boy.
And I think it really stands out because
on that list you had, it really stood out. It was the first one I talked about.
so that's rubber pride. I'm going to show you the leather pride flag now. I'll also put it on screen. And I'll show you why I was fucking pogging my ass off about rubber pride.
Oh,
This is
God, back the blue. What
it's
the hell is
thin
this?
blue line ass fuck with a heart on it. That's not even like aesthetically placed IMO. It's like crooked and in a weird spot on the flag. I hate it.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
It's really like so like
It'd be a cute beach towel though.
it, and so a lot of my things is like so the standard pride flag, not the rainbows one from like before, but the one that has BIPOC and trans colors on it. Great beach towel because the triangle points you where to put your head. It shows you and it shows you where to go. And similar with the leather pride flag, it tells you where to put your head. And I think that's a positive trait in a beach towel. That way you have a head side and then you have a feet side.
Okay.
Does it matter?
No, but it's just nice. It's a cool trait to have.
Hey, I need a quick correction. It's vexillology, and I said voxology.
We all knew what you meant.
Well, I just can't be wrong. Josh, you were kind of on the record on a recent Judges episode being really wrong. I just don't want that. I don't want to tarnish my legacy.
Listen, I took
your lumps?
I did the noble thing and I fell on the sword. A lot of people agreed with me in the comments. A
lot of comments.
A lot of people agreed with me. I had a couple of thanks for standing up for us IBS queens, Josh. Aurora and I talked about that story multiple times, and every time it resulted in us getting into a fight. I'll tell you that
Because
much.
you're wrong.
But let's not talk about that. Let's get into this next voicemail. This is potentially our oldest voicemail.
Oh. Hey,
I don't want you to
Judgies.
use my name, but I have a wonderful one. Several years ago when I was at
Oh,
work,
shit.
the secretary in our department was kind of riding my ass most of the day, telling me I forgot to do this, I didn't do that right, and this needed to be done. But these were all secretarial jobs. So by the end of the day, I'd had enough. And I stopped and told her, that is on the bottom of I don't give a fuck list. The rest of the girls in the department's jaws dropped open, their eyes bugged out, and they were so shocked at my comment. But it took a load off my chest.
No real questions there, Mom, but
Was that your mom?
That was,
yeah.
Okay.
that was
But I love the call. Love the energy.
I loved this. This was such a, I didn't know it was your mom. It's such a Midwest mom story
Yeah.
in terms of like pacing and the way she pauses and like, you know, these were all secretary jobs. Like it was just so like if you're not from the Midwest, this is a story that happens at every single time you're around Midwest moms.
Yeah.
It is so quintessential Midwest mom, and like she even hit the like I don't give a fuck list, like even like dropping out the F bomb, like oh, I loved this so much.
I'm glad you like it. I saw.
she told us she was gonna
Okay,
to call in, but
Well, and I saw in the voicemail. I was like scrolling through. I was like, "Is that my mom's phone number?" I was like,
yeah, I already had it saved.
"What the hell?" I mean, maybe you should have it in case the worst happens to me and Erica. I guess I don't know.
Why would I be around if that happened? You trying to implicate me?
Yes.
If something happens to them, I was innocent.
I carry a little note in my pocket that says Josh did it.
But no, I guess advice to our listeners is take a little note from my mom, and sometimes you gotta stand up for yourself and tell your coworker it's at the bottom of the I don't give a fuck list.
I love the I see where you get your humor from because I love the like layer of like this was a secretary job.
Yeah.
And therefore we make lists. Therefore the joke is it's on the bottom of a list I have made, which is I love the layers to it. It's so good. It's like mwah.
It's very funny.
It's so good. It's so good.
That became that was like a known thing throughout the hospital that she worked as. They started calling it Go and Collector. Anytime somebody would like freak out in the department, they'd call it Go and Collector. It's like she's like this sweet old lady, and it's like, did you hear she tweaked out the other day?
It's very similar to you. It's funny. Funny how that works.
What the hell? I guess it makes sense for Pissy Chrissy, huh?
Yeah, you also have a nickname describing your bouts of rage.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah. This next voicemail is from someone trying to get their sister to visit them more often. Or less often.
Hello, Judgies. My name is Sydney. The advice I need is my sister is dating this guy that I absolutely cannot stand. Me and my fiance both cannot stand him, but she is in love and wants to be with him.
That sucks.
And
Hard to get out, huh?
I can't even bear to have him in my house. And
Ooh.
my sister lives 2 hours away, but her boyfriend lives in my town. And so she frequently comes to visit, but she doesn't tell me she's coming. And I'll just see like her Snap location and see that she traveled to my town. And she won't even tell me that she's here because she's here to see him, which is fine. But you live 3 hours away. Like, you could at least come by and say hi. And one night she did this, and oh man, she called me and she's like, "Hi, do you think like I could stay?" Because we're half siblings. She goes, "Hey, do you think I could stay at your mom's house?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were in town." Which, I mean, it's a lie. I knew that she was in town, and I was just seeing if she was going to tell me if she was in town or not. And she only told me because she like needed a place to stay. So I don't know. What would you do in this situation? Because she's happy, but I am having a really hard time like supporting her in this because there's just been so much stuff that has happened that I can't even begin to get into. But yeah, anyways, any advice would be greatly appreciated. As always, love you guys. Erica and Christian are my faves. And I introduced my fiance to the podcast. And whenever we're going somewhere, because he only listens to it with me, he goes, "Can you listen to the Piss Babies?" And I'm always like, "We are the Piss Babies. They are the Judgies." So, yes, they piss you guys. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. How do we frame this guy to be bad enough to get her sister to leave him?
I mean,
murder somebody and frame him for it.
It doesn't matter what you do. She's got to come to the realization on her own that he sucks and isn't good for her.
I think, I mean, have her come over. Like I don't know if obviously the time has passed. I doubt that in between her asking if she can come over to stay at your house that night and then when this episode comes out, that day's probably passed.
Yeah.
We can't say with a certainty. Maybe she's still there.
She could be. And I'm crashing for almost a month.
You can't say that it's not possible that she's still there.
Also, why stay at your mom's house when she could just stay at your house?
I think it's implied that our caller here lives with her mom.
Okay.
I think
don't think that's implied.
Maybe
she's got a fiance.
So
you
live with your mom. You have a husband.
Correction. My mother lives with me.
You're all living together.
I just mean that to me it sounded like they have different moms.
Correct, yeah.
And why would she say, "Hey, can I come stay at your mom's house?" if like you wouldn't say, "Hey, can I stay at your mom's house, Erica?"
Yeah.
Because she's living with me.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but your mom lives with you.
Right.
So maybe
okay.
She lives with her mom.
Right.
But I see what you're saying. To me, they sound pretty young still.
Yeah.
And maybe the sister's younger than our caller here.
Okay.
And so maybe, being 18, you might still say it.
That's true.
You might still say like, "Hey, I'm gonna come stay at your mom's house." Especially as kids, if it was like
childhood
you have
home.
the same dad, so it's like.
I guess.
Anyway, I mean, we don't need to get caught up in those weeds. I would just say, what if she's over? Literally, just say like, "Hey, like, stop by more."
Yeah.
And then you just plant the seeds.
I think you just gotta
start sowing.
ask. Yeah, you gotta sow.
You gotta sow.
As in, like, how's he treating you?
Yeah.
And
have your fiance start bringing in you muffins every time. Like, wow, it's crazy that Joey doesn't do that. Bet she doesn't even know how to cook.
Wow. Keith cleaned the whole house for me yesterday. Does Joey even know how to pick up a broom?
He's a janitor at work. He doesn't take his work home with him. Come on, man. You can't say that to Joey.
Fuck.
That's really rude. You wouldn't ask an accountant to do their own taxes.
Does Joey even put the fries in the bag?
You wouldn't ask a sandwich artist to make you a sub at home.
My sister has had many a shitty boyfriend. And every time that I tell her that he's a piece of shit and you need to break up with him,
It adds 3 more months to the relationship.
a minimum.
So tell him that you really like him.
No, that doesn't work either.
It also adds 3 months.
Yeah.
That makes her... By me telling her he's bad, she's now mad at me for trying to tell her how to live her life. But by me saying I like him, it makes her ignore the red flags.
Correct.
It's a real catch-22.
Yeah, it's a real delicate situation.
Oh, I might have the perfect solution.
Oh boy.
It's a real double-edged dildo for us. All right, it helps you and us.
Okay.
We're both getting pleasure. Have her start listening to the Judgies. Okay. This is one of my mantras, or the reason why this podcast is structured how it is in a way. Because one of my favorite podcasts to listen to before was Jake and Amir's If I Were You, which is a comedy advice podcast. You had people writing their stories. And I attribute some of my personal growth to listening to these stories. And I feel like a lot of people maybe do that through our show as well. Where if
I would
you're
hope.
so tell your sister to start listening to the Judgies from one. And this is where the double-edged dildo comes in, because we're getting views.
Mm-hmm.
And also this one way or the other, Blondie style, is going to solve your problem. Because it's kind of like a Nathan Fielder-esque, like Nathan For You, where like either by the time she gets to this episode and she finds out, hey, I live 2 to 3 hours away from my sister, and I asked to stay at her mom's house once. She's either going to have realized that her boyfriend sucks and will break up with him through our show, or she hears this and goes, what the fuck? And then you don't even have to talk to her about it because she already heard all this. It's a double-edged dildo.
Almost triple-edged, really.
Really? It's a three-peat. You can get one for the cock, too.
Yeah.
I love that
for our
bird.
pleasure.
Love those twins. The Cockatoo Twins. It's a band. Cockatoo Twins, folks. Keep up. Come on.
Keep up.
One of Aurora's and her dad's favorite bands. Come on. Keep up.
Literally never heard of them.
You might have heard one of their songs before.
They're pretty good. I bought her dad one of their albums. You didn't listen to that before I gave it to him?
No.
Okay, that makes sense.
After you bought that album,
Yeah.
I went and sat my white ass down and listened to them.
Oh, yeah. I bought it when we were in Madison.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hey, turns out pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Freaking good.
I don't know. So that's my triple-sided dildo for you.
I think that's pretty good advice.
Yeah. Because it's like a ticking, it's like a Matt Loud, Jack Bauer type sitch.
Oh, for sure.
Ticking fucking time bomb. Either way, your shit's getting solved.
Yeah. Something's getting solved.
Yeah.
Or dissolved.
You
hopefully.
have you have a substrate in solution, and you have a substrate in suspension the way that your shit just got solutioned. I don't know, man. I fucking, this next one is asking how to pass as a man.
Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to help with this, but I'll try.
We'll see if the listener wants your advice.
Hey, this is August Heham. I left a message the other day talking about some stupid friggin' high school drama. You can ignore that. That was lame. I don't even want the advice. Sorry, don't care.
It was really lame.
So
straight up, August, before I got to this voicemail, I listened to your other two and I thought, nah. I just deleted them. I was like, those weren't good.
That's going to the bottom of the
We're
I don't
judging
give a
you.
fuck.
I was like, yeah, it's just like not good. At this point, would have been the first stories to not have read
Okay.
on the show.
All right.
Or to not listen to the voicemails. And then August came back with this banger.
I think the new better topic you could give me advice on is how, okay, I'm a trans man. I'm going into college. How do I trick people into believing that I'm actually a man? How do I gaslight them into being like, oh yeah, that is a man.
If you're
they
tricking
just have
them.
a high voice and a feminine face. So Christian and Josh, since you have much more experience being a man than I, like, please let me know what key tips and tricks. And I guess Erica, you can say stuff if you want to, but
Thanks for including
we
me.
have the same experience.
Yeah.
I think in this department. Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right. One, I think trick's a bad bad word here. We
if you're
gotta
a-
convince. We're not tricking. We're convincing.
Yeah.
All right.
You were really hung up on the semantics.
Yeah, nobody likes to be tricked, but
Yeah, especially
you can
not men.
you can convince me.
Now, if you prank
Prank 'em.
men into thinking that you're a man, which you are a man, I
yeah.
think they were taking the piss on themselves, and we all understand that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is one, accepting the fellas are gonna point out the voice. As a guy that had a high pitched voice for a long time, fellas they're pointing out the voice.
Yeah. Well, okay, and we'll put a little caveat before you and I even say anything. Our experience is as straight men, straight
True.
cis men, in terms of like how we present as men and everything. Like that's gonna be different than potentially like. Are you just going straight to like the football team?
Yeah.
Or are you going to like an LGBTQ plus friendly zone that
Yes.
has other people in it, and you just want to be like, I'm a man?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to have people be like, we know, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're just asking how to pass to everybody, or if it's specifically you want to fit in with dudes, because we don't know how to pass.
Yeah.
We were called gay our whole lives.
Yeah.
So we're not like the best people.
Yeah, I got called a lot of names my whole life. That's a very good point you bring up.
So, but I'll say it's typical qualities of a man. Not talking about feelings.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to like cishet straight pass,
Don't ask for details.
you're not asking details. You're not giving out compliments. You're not asking about feelings. You don't say, "Hey, nice haircut, Josh."
And how does that make you feel?
I mean, horrible.
Yeah.
But
Why would you ask him that?
but if you're just trying to fit in, think about literally what you would see. I think movies get and TV shows get a pretty good feel on what it's like for an average day-to-day of a man.
Kind of.
Go to a bar. If you see a TV show where they're at a bar, dudes are straight looking forward, not talking to each other. And if they are, it's, oh, damn, look at that game. And like literally like that's it. And you talk about immediately what's in front of you, which is why men will hang out for hours and come home. They'll be like, oh, how did Christian say him and Eric are? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. What the fuck do you mean? Why do you think I would ask about Olsen? I was talking about RuneScape for 4 hours. What do you want me to do? Like, Olsen wasn't in front of me to think, oh, how's that guy doing?
Josh, and listener, I'm sorry that we're kind of being around the bush to your question.
But that's what men do.
But Josh, thank you for making me feel like I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Literally every single time you guys work out. I'm like,
she's
oh, what did Josh have to say? And he's
And
like,
I'm just like,
nothing.
I was like, maybe it's like, oh, you talked about his Glee video a little bit. We talked about RuneScape. We talked about sports.
Mm-hmm. Those are the big three. So getting to
H3
Glee
drama.
well, Glee isn't gonna work.
Glee isn't gonna work.
Glee is not gonna work.
Getting into sports is a pretty easy one. If
Sports
you
is
have
an easy
sports
one.
you like, you chop up some sports talk.
Or you could do like Christian and just know a little about a lot.
Yeah. History is a good one to be in.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Once you infiltrate the ranks, once you're fully undercover, you got to really pretend that getting hit in the balls really hurts.
Getting kicked between the legs still hurts.
No, I'm talking about sack tapped.
The flick. Like a sack flick.
Yeah, it still doesn't feel good.
Erica,
you got to really ham it up.
Really got. What I'm saying is, like, if you want to fully be like, I'm like, if you're trying to she's the manum, like if you're trying to go full Amanda Bynes,
Yeah. Oh, like, I'm gonna fucking throw up.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit you gotta be.
Good,
that's
man.
the shit you gotta be doing.
Because if you're fully in the ranks of men, there's gonna be sack taps thrown around, and
I hate this.
It's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah,
it's just how it's gonna be.
That's how it's gonna be.
But again, that's all. Obviously, we're joking and everything, but that's how it is to be around cishet straight dudes. You don't talk about anything other than what's directly in front of you. Meat, sports, history.
Yeah.
That one time in high school that was cool. And how you don't get to do things you want anymore because you're married. Those are like the big five with men. Erica, I'm not saying Christian talks about this stuff. I'm just saying if I'm hanging out with dudes, all 5 of those topics are coming up. It's gonna be like, dude, I went to this place and had this steak. Oh, did you see the Bears got this player? Oh, fucking wife will let me out this weekend. Sorry. What else? Like, it's literally boom, 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 boom. Yeah, all right, man. See you next weekend. Literally every time.
You know, the wife thing is not about me. We've talked about this.
I know.
I don't remember the guy's name from fucking the Backyard Podcast or whatever it's called.
Joe
Basement Yard,
Santagato.
where he talks about his wife doesn't weigh me down. She lifts me up.
The other one. The
Frank.
Joe. Yeah, Frank.
That's how I feel about Erica. And we get invited to like my cousins. They're still millennials, but they're like the top of the millennial generation. And it's like, they still think it's cool to talk about how they hate their wives. And it's like, me and Erica will be there and it's like, what is going on? It's like, everybody here is married to their high school sweethearts, and every single one of them is like, dumb fucking bitch. And it's like, what are we doing? You can love your wife. It's actually cool to find enjoyment with your partner. It's crazy.
But listener, if you go somewhere and start talking about how much you love your wife, you are not going to fit in. Is what I'm saying.
You can't be the one to bring it up.
You can't be the sketch. You can't be the Detroiters moment where they get really pissed off because you talk shit about your wife.
Yeah.
Erica, what are your thoughts? What do you when you look at a group and you say that's a bunch of men? What are they doing typically? Eating buffalo wings?
Being loud.
Loud is good.
Making me uncomfortable.
Overly confident.
Sure.
Stink.
Staring.
Leering.
I was gonna say leering. Really is what
lusting.
You want. Oh,
a lot of L words. Loving.
Lingering. Not
lingering. Yeah, lingering's a good one. Yeah.
Loitering.
I think a really good one though. Again, if you're trying to just like pass for people that don't know you, or in small talk, sports betting is a really good avenue. Dudes love talking about over-unders and parlays.
Oh, yeah.
Literally just, you don't even have to say shit that makes sense. Just be like, oh, you got any action on this game? And they'll be like, and they'll tell you. They will tell you all of the action that's on this game.
Josh isn't lying. I picked this up from Josh, and I hit people with you got any action on this one?
Yeah.
And they will give you their entire fucking life details if you ask them if they got any action on this. It's crazy.
Oh, what's the spread on this Pacers Thunder game?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's like
and
when's your son's birthday? And they're like, my son? Who? I don't know. My wife keeps track of that.
I don't know when Tyrese Halliburton's birthday is. What the fuck are you talking? Oh, did you say my son? I don't know. That's on Facebook.
They would know Tyrese Halliburton's.
Yeah, they would tell you. Yeah, it's fucking March 17th. But like, I don't know my son's. It's not important. He's not on the Pacers. You know what I mean?
Is my wife's actually March 17th?
I have no idea.
Oh, that'd have been nutty.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Again, false confidence.
Yeah, you just got to spout facts.
You just got a big dog, and you got to do false confidence. Yeah. There is a trans creator, Blake follows them, who specializes kind of in what you're going for, specifically with sports. And so maybe I can find them real quick.
If there's not a creator doing this feels like a good niche.
I'll have to message Blake and I'll put it on screen here. But they are a trans woman, and because there's kind of been a big movement of like, guys, we don't need to just have sports be just for like the worst people.
Yeah.
Like, let's get more people involved in sports because sports is cool.
Yeah.
You would attest to this, Erica.
I do love sports, especially women's sports.
And so this person's account is kind of trying to like help LGBTQ people like know about sports. I guess I'm assuming that you don't know about sports, which is kind of rude of me.
That is.
But you're asking about dudes, and some dudes don't know that much about sports.
I don't know much about sports.
Yeah. But you know enough to hang around and go,
Yeah, pretty much you had it. You just went with it,
What's the bit you always do? You do it too, Erica. You just, how the Browns looking this year? Literally, if you know what team they're a fan of, how the Vikings looking. And then maybe you just do a little bit of research. Like, wow, how do you feel about JJ McCarthy? You think he's going to be able to do it?
No.
And they'll just go. And you're like, oh, no? And you're like, boy, do you think they should have kept Sam Darnold? And now you're 2 layers deep and they'll go.
Yep.
They'll go.
You've won trust at that point.
Yeah. And what if
You've convinced.
What if you say those things and they're like, I don't know, man, I don't really watch sports.
Yeah, me neither. Shit's lame.
Hmm.
You can't.
And
The
then-
thing is, you can't be too interested in anything.
Yeah, if you get hit with a brick wall like that, you go, oh, okay, cool. And then you just don't talk for a little bit.
Sit in silence.
Yeah, you can.
And then you look around the room for the next.
Yeah, you sit in silence, and then you hope that like Fail Army TV's on. You're like, holy fuck! You just see that guy hitting the nards. I think he's gonna freaking throw up.
I got hit the nards one so hard. I went, oh no. This is what I mean though, when it's like TV and movies really do capture the simplicity of male interactions
of the cis male.
Yeah, like watch Idiocracy, and that's like the smartest guys.
Yeah,
like Dax Shepard in that movie is the smartest guy at a bar.
Yeah.
You ever seen that movie?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Is that the one where they all wear red Crocs?
Yeah. Maybe orange Crocs.
That's not really
but they wear Crocs.
That's not really a pivotal part of the plot.
I just know that
I'm
that's,
going to be real open and honest.
that's what made Crocs successful, is that movie.
Really? I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense. It's by Mike Judge, who's the same guy who made
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, yeah. See, and this is the stuff you got to know as dudes. You got to know about Mike Judge.
Little Beavis and Butthead. Do you know that one?
I fucking hate Beavis and Butthead.
Really? Are we excited about the King of the
No.
King of the Hill reboot?
Oh. No? I don't know. Are we?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. King
Oh,
of the
okay.
Hill is fantastic.
Is it? I've only seen clips. Here and there.
What? We might have to go watch King of the Hill.
Okay.
All right, well, we're going to go do that. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hope this advice was good.
Or not. Advice.
Legally, it wasn't advice. Don't take anything we said as advice. What a blast. Thanks for calling, Mom. I love you.